Hi there, I'm Mark,
Hi, I'm Marty.
and welcome to Stay in Your Lane. We're so glad that you're here. Please like and subscribe to our channel. And this is a casual conversation on sober living.
Yeah, and thank you for being here. It really, I think the fact that you're here means that you want a change or you're in the midst of a change. And thank you for finding the strength to want that for yourself and to be here today with us.
I'm so glad you said that, Marty. And I think it's so important that we all love and support each other, no matter where we're at in our journey, or even if you're a loved one dealing with someone with addiction and you're here. We're so glad to have you as part of this.
Yeah, and check out our other shows. We covered a couple other topics. We gave our history, our introduction, and each time that we air, we're going to come up with different things that will help you along your journey. And one of the things that we covered before is it's your journey. We're not going to tell you what you must or mustn't do in order to live your sober life, right? We can only tell you about our experiences and give you our insight, but what you do with them, it's totally up to you. This is your journey.
So, for this episode, and this is really relevant, I think, right now in the midst of what's going on with the pandemic, but we're going to talk about sober distancing. And sober distancing, in my opinion, has two arms. One is dealing with toxic relationships once you begin your sober journey and putting distance between people that you know aren't healthy for you. And the other arm in sober distancing for me, what I found is some people will naturally start to fall out of your life just because you're not doing anymore what they're comfortable doing, which is either drinking or drugging. So I think this opens up a great opportunity for a great discussion. And I think the thing that I want to say first, as I've experienced in my sober journey, is the people that start falling off of your social plate, don't get caught up in spending too much time and attention worrying about that. There's a reason why they're falling off. And it's going to end up giving you more strength in your journey if you're not pulled in the direction of potentially causing a relapse. So you have to look at why those people were important in your life when they were, but be open to growth and be open to change and see the strength in your new boundaries with people.
And one of the things that you're talking about, don't invest too much um, worry about that friendship or that change in your relationship with that person. One of the big things, it's going to allow you more time to pursue healthier relationships. It's going to allow you more time to pursue your hobbies, your passions. The more time that you spend on yourself and less time worrying about others, is you're going to be able to build a better foundation for everything because it comes right from your heart. It's you being you, right?
Right.
In that sober distancing, I mean, that's not just uh, from people who have addictions that are addictions that we're used to seeing. Those are people that have addictions to um, just needing a lot of your time or drama or there's other bad habits, workaholics, that so it's not just the things that we're used to seeing or labeling as addictive substances. It's other things, that the most critical thing is that they're absorbing your time that you could be spending on doing healthier stuff for yourself.
Right.
Um,
And I think too it's important to say that sober distancing isn't about cutting people out of your life. If someone is important to you and you value that relationship, then keep committing and investing in that relationship. But listen to your heart and listen to your intuition. It will guide you on the people that are important and worth investing in. And I think Marty made a really good point. We're not talking about people with addictions per se, but it might be someone that always is throwing out negative thoughts or
Yes.
gossiping. Like
Yes.
those can be just as detrimental in this journey, because you want to be surrounded with positivity and optimism, and you want to give yourself as much strength as you can as you head down this path.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, one of the point of references, when you were out visiting this summer, introduced Mark to a friend of mine, and that friend is just always wrapped up in some type of drama or drinking or drugs. And what I love is now from our point of view, Mark can quickly see and say, you know what, I just don't want to spend my time, you know, dealing with that or around that or surround. And I love that. I mean, I respected when you said it. I was like, wow, isn't that something that we can clearly see that now? Like,
Yes.
how do I want to invest? The most valuable thing that we have is, how do I want to invest my time?
Yes, exactly. Well, and I was just working on some information for my coaching, and I think another thing we have to remember in sober distancing is when we make this commitment to ourselves, again, this is our independent journey. We can't expect other people in our lives to make the same decisions and growth processes. So the biggest thing you can do is lead by example. Continue to love and support those people that are close to you, but do this completely for yourself.
You know, what just struck me when you're saying that was we also have to keep in mind is that with the sober distancing is the fact of, don't try to pull somebody else in it with you. Don't try to drag them along, get them, you know, have them get in your lane, you know, because you're getting sober. That doesn't mean that you have to try to drag somebody along, you know, for the road trip, right?
Right.
This is, it just hit me when you said that. I was like, you know, yeah, isn't it? It's so true. Like when you see other friends that are still drinking or doing drugs, that you're like, oh wow, dude. But no, just stay in your lane.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, you're not responsible for getting them sober or
right.
making them positive or making them less dramatic. But if you start living your fullest, most authentic, passion filled, purpose driven life, people are going to start noticing that. And the people that want that change in their lives will start to follow suit.
Yes, but it is not your responsibility to hook up a trailer hitch in the back and tow them along. You know, right?
Exactly. Yeah, which is it's such a testament to why we called the show "Stay in Your Lane."
Right.
It has become a badge of honor in our society, I think, to want to help other people. And helping other people is fantastic. And I'm a natural helper, I'm a people pleaser. But we have to find that balance of making sure we're putting ourselves first. And we talk all the time about the airplane oxygen mask. If you don't put yours on first, then you're no good for anyone else. So, this is that essence of the sober journey of being healthy, selfish, and putting yourself first.
Yeah, and a lot of people have a negative viewpoint of selfish. And when you first introduced me to that years ago, at first I was like, oh boy, you know, selfish. But then it came crystal clear that in order for me to be about me and be strong, there's the thing that's called healthy selfish, or healthy boundaries, right? And we talk about it often now. Like when I'm starting to swerve out of my lane because, you know, a relative of mine is, you know, having drinking problems that are causing different things to take place, you know, in a marriage, blah blah blah, and I'm like, whoa, get back in my lane, you know.
Yes.
All I could do is be a good listener, you know, share my story like we are today, but get back in my lane. Don't try to get over, you know. So there's a lot
Yes.
of power in the name of our show.
Oh my goodness. Yes, for sure. One of my fellow coaching cohorts put some really great content on her site, and the title of it was Healthy Self. but then she broke down healthy, and it was heal thyself. And I think that that was such a powerful thing when I read it, because the healthy self is healing thyself. And so it resonated with me. And I think when we talk about sober distancing and healthy boundaries, we're really putting ourselves in the best position to stay in our lane and to, continue down this amazing path of life.
And a lot of it, I think, is fostered by control. And we all, I don't, everybody on this planet was raised by parents or some type of guardian that, that express some type of control in order to rear them, to raise them, right? But as an adult, you should be aware of what you are trying to control, who's trying to control you, and be aware of it. And just remember that the only true person that you can control is thyself, right? in
Yes.
in we put on a lot of facade, like we talked about in one of our other segments, Mark, is that, when I got up and get up early in the morning, go to the gym before work, then go to work 11 hours a day, and then come home and, tend to the household, blah, blah, blah. It was this whole, I use control to paint a facade of my life was in control. I was doing a good thing. Everything was on par. I was that puzzle, that was the image on the box top of the puzzle, right? When actually I was in pieces beneath the cover. So I think that we really need to recognize and distance ourselves from trying to control others and just worry about focusing on ourselves.
Yeah, and it's not always easy, but it's like a muscle. The more you work it out and the more you get disciplined, you start to see immediately, the red flags, or when to take a step back versus taking a step in. And, I think that's the beautiful thing about this is it's a journey, it's not a sprint, and you will learn by doing, and in each situation you'll figure out what your healthy boundary is with the people in your life.
And I, maybe in one of the other segments that we talk about is siblings, right? And you are a twin, which adds another element to, I would think, of being a sibling,
Right.
and in staying in your lane.
Correct.
So I think that would be a good show topic that we should discuss in the future.
Yeah, I think siblings and family members in general
Yeah,
would be great.
yeah,
I think this gives hopefully some food for thought for all of you. It has been an absolute pleasure again bringing this conversation to the forefront. I hope it helps. Like, subscribe. Again, email us with any show topics or questions. We would love to hear from you.
yeah. Because it's our show. It's the audience's show. This is something that we can't just create by ourselves. It's going to take everybody, our viewers. Your input is very important to us, and we'd love to hear what you have to say. We'd love to get your feedback. That that's would be the success of our show.
All right. Have a great day.